Hello and welcome to yet another video. So this is the BMS that I got from eBay. It had different connectors on it than mine, that black one and the gray connector on there are keyed differently, but the pinouts are identical, so I went and shaved it down, took a X-Acto knife and broke out the keys so that I was able to plug it in. So I got it plugged in, did the same mod, put the wires on pin 25 and 26 on the transmit and receive lines on the serial channels, got the logic protocol analyzer hooked up, and we'll go ahead and run it here. So it all works. It is backwards compatible. It actually does run. However, if I bring up, where's my, there it is. The interesting thing is it reports the DC bus at 512 volts, which is definitely higher than what the other one did. So there's some kind of scaling that's different. It does actually report all of the cell voltages, 4.016, 4.015, you know, all the cell voltages. And then this is mine where I just take all of the ones that are in this table and add it up. And I'm getting 384 volts, which I believe is around where it was getting, what it was at before. It reports that we have 255 kilowatts available, and yeah, so it looks like everything's coming across just like it did before. The only major difference is the communication internally is definitely different. So if you remember the old one, or not the old one, but the one that came with this pack, shifted out 55, 55, 55 all the way across. This version sends out 55, then an address, and then 0. And the chip responds 55, the address, and then I don't know what this byte is, but that it's busy maybe, and then it delays a couple zeros, and then starts shifting out data. And it sends out much less data. And the checksum is actually a simple checksum. It's not a weird one. It actually literally is a checksum. You just add them all together, and it sums to 50 hex every time. So this one is definitely different. I went ahead and even so after it scans all 24, it ends up putting out these little packets, which I believe are the balancing information, but even those are different too. So it doesn't look like I'm going to get to do what I wanted to do with this one. I'm going to have to actually get one that's the same year. So I broke out the packets, and you can see this is the init sequence. The one on the left hand side is the one that came with the battery pack, and the one on the right hand side is the one I got on eBay, which is an older version. And you can see that they have different initialization header, and this is all the data, battery data for this guy versus this one. So there's definitely a lot less information coming across. My guess is, let's see if I can line these up here. There you go. So it's the same 24 balancers. On this one we had the, there's a sequence counter or timestamp, and then a checksum. On here we just have a simple checksum, and I'm trying to remember which was the one I messed with. It's definitely a checksum because when they're identical data, it is an actual checksum, I should say. There was one packet where they were, that I used to figure out, but I don't remember where it was now. Oh yeah, here we go. So if I grab this guy here, we're going to copy it and just stick it up here at the top. So if you look, they're identical except for one bit. So 869 versus 68, and the checksum at the end is off by 1 bit. And if you actually sum all these together, including the 55, you get 50 hex. We'll get 150, but it'd be 50 hex. And if you do the same for this one, you get 50 hex. And if you do that for any of them, you end up with 50 hex. So this is definitely just a simple checksum, where it's just literally they add all these together, and then whatever value necessary to make the counter an 8-bit value roll over to 50 hex is what they do. So they've started with 50 hex. Yeah, that's what's going on there. So definitely different information. Balance data is definitely different as well. There's less of it, or less packets, or no, the same amount of packets, but there's just less data in it. On this one, this has got this really long one. Almost looks like it's doing another read, and it might actually be doing another read. That might be that the other chip that's measuring the entire stack. The other thing I noticed is if you look at the data, it looks like it's packed in here differently than on this one, and I think it's much less resolution. They might only be reporting like maybe 10-bit data over here and higher resolution, maybe 12 or 14-bit on the newer one. So yeah, my experiment's probably not going to work, and probably have to do something else. I have to actually get another one, or just mod the one that I've got. Jersey, what are you doing? Jersey says hi. What are you doing? Are you disappointed in this too? Hoping your $50 eBay BMS would be identical to a later model one? Apparently not. So anyways, that's what's going on, so not quite sure. I still have the other one, so if you want that one that's compatible with what I've got, it needs to have the plastic case on it, plastic backing. The one with the metal backing is obviously different. Hey, don't lick that. Get shocked. Anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. Not sure how. I guess I could reverse engineer and find out the protocol for that, but it's kind of a waste of time since I'm only going to be ever using the 2013 pack or later, since that's, well, 2013 to 2016, because those would be the cells that match the kind that I've got already, so probably not going to do anything with these older ones. But yeah, anyways, slightly disappointed, but anyways, it's a learning experience, so thanks for watching.